So, willkommen zurück zu meinem Kapitel 5.
Ja,
Und wir waren gerade, wir sind auf ein Gericht gekommen.
genau. Und LeCuck hat gesagt, die Voodoo Lady ist an allem schuld. So.
Ja, was müssen wir nochmal jetzt gerade hier irgendwas, was wir machen müssen? Warum der Voodoo-Schwamm nicht funktioniert, was glaube ich.
Ja.
Irgendwas mit
LeCuck!
Guybrush!
Ja, erstmal das hier.
Ja.
I would have bet my good hand I'd never say this, but thank you
For what? I've caused you nothing but despair.
for taking the fall back there and for exposing the voodoo lady. I don't know what to make of any of it, but now I can focus on saving Elaine and dealing with the pox.
It is the very least I could do. But be careful, Guybrush.
I'm always careful.
This from the guy who proposed to his wife with a cursed engagement ring you stole from my hold?
Is that a dig? Is the evil demon pirate LeCuck developing a sense of humor? This is weird.
Okay, tut mir leid, wenn man gerade komische Geräusche hört. Ich kann mein Mikrofon neu einstellen.
Where have you been? I thought you were with Elaine.
Well, after leaving Spinner Cay, Elaine and I set out to finish releasing all those monkeys I'd captured. After we were finished releasing the last of them, Elaine caught wind of your trial, went into a poxed rage, seized a passing clam schooner, and made a beeline for Flotsam Island.
That's my girl.
Needless to say, I took my own vessel and headed after her. But in the middle of the night, my ship was sunk by a rogue wave. I was washed up on an island of cannibals, from whom I deftly escaped, using many of the self-same skills you taught me back on the Jerkbait Islands.
You know, it's amazing how easily man-eating tribes can be reasoned with.
Knowing I needed to get here more than ever, I lashed together a few bits of cannibal leftovers and warthog sinew to build a makeshift raft. Unfortunately, that was soon eaten by the sharks.
Oh no!
So I swam. I swam as fast as I could for 3 days.
And arrived just in time to save me from the gallows. Nicely done, buddy.
Okay, das hört sich noch viel unglaubwürdiger an.
Ja.
Hm.
Have you seen Elaine?
No, not since she left me in a poxed rage.
She's been doing a lot of that lately. I can't believe the voodoo lady has been pulling your ghostly slash demonic strings all these years.
It came as a shock to me as well. But her diary spells it all out. You, me, Elaine, we're all part of the Voodoo Lady's malevolent plans.
Malevolence is in the eye of the beholder, Guybrush Threepwood. I know this is difficult to understand, but things are not as they seem.
No, things seem remarkably convoluted, which is what I've come to expect from you.
I've always had your best interests at heart.
Well, what about my interests? Without your meddling, I could have lived a normal, happy pirate's life.
Ha! The destiny of LeCuck has never been normal.
Okay.
I risked life, limb, and manatee to get La Esponja Grande, and it's a puny, worthless lump.
What?
Soak up the gargantuan wonder that is La Esponja Grande.
That is La Esponja Grande? But wasn't it supposed to hold infinite amounts of voodoo?
I know. What a crock.
The size of the sponge is meaningless. It is what you do with it that matters.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
you fight like a...
Okay. Ihr könnt mir... Puh. Okay, ich weiß nicht.
Ja.
Sit tight, buddy. Once I save Elaine, you're next.
Don't worry about me.
Wir sollten mit ihr wahrscheinlich nochmal reden.
Ja.
Hey, you!
Hello, Threepwood.
You sent me on a wild albatross chase for La Esponja Grande and promised me it would cure the pox. But after fending off sexually ambiguous merpeople, a giant manatee, and your crazy ex-boyfriend, what do I get for my trouble? This sorry excuse for a kitchen sponge.
La Sponja.
Ah, I notice you strategically left out the Grande from this worthless piece of junk. Once it cured my piddly leftover pox, it didn't have enough mojo left to cure Elaine.
It's not worthless. It is merely young. It must be brought to maturity in order to reach its voodoo-absorbing potential.
Brought to maturity? How am I supposed to do that? Give it a talk about the sponge birds and sponge bees?
Like all infants, La Esponja needs nourishment. It must be fed 6 special voodoo courses to
Natürlich.
bring it to adult size.
What sort of meal is that?
A feast for the senses. The menu, Treepwood. Take it, and serve the sponge a meal unlike any other.
And then?
It will grow.
Hey, neat. There's a map of the Flotsam Jungle on the cover. No more listening to bees and birds and boars for this mighty pirate.
Was? Was?
Okay. Feast of the Senses. Also Fest der Sinne.
Ja.
Ein Voodoo-Festmahl in 6 Gängen.
6 Gängen.
Ich weiß nicht, was im Beginn. Achso, vergrößern.
Garantiert das kleine Biest zu vergrößern.
Okay, First Course.
Erster Gang, irgendein,
Ein Tuch.
Ja.
Ein Taschentuch.
ja,
Oder eine Serviette.
ja,
Das ist Sicht.
ja.
Also ein sehr, sehr
auffälliges,
ja, knalliges
Taschentuch.
Tuch.
Ein sehr helles.
Ja.
Du kannst die einzelnen Symbole anklicken. Jungle Meat. Dschungelfleisch, das nach,
Stinkenden Füßen riecht.
ja. Also etwas, das dessen Geschmack dich trifft wie ein Hammer.
Okay.
Ich glaube Melon. Das ist der 6. Achso. Okay, dafür brauchen wir die Karte.
Gut.
Eine Berührung.
Okay, eine schockende aber.
Ja. Und etwas zu...
Ist das sehr lauter?
Ja, schauen wir mal.
Cheer or Bell. Was ist Belch?
Ein Rülpser.
Ah. Aber ist die Karte?
Zum Teufel ist das...
Well, that's
eine-
odd.
Aha.
Ah, so. Oh Gott. Oh Gott.
Man kann die falten. Kann man die...
Und dann kannst du das untere ziehen.
Aha.
It's like a whole new map now.
Jetzt sieht's auch aus wie eine Karte, die einen Sinn ergibt.
Ja.
Ja.
Von Rot zu... Nee. Hä? Weiß ich nicht.
Muss man denn, wo fängt sie denn an und wo endet sie?
Das ist eine sehr gute Frage.
Also erstmal Auge.
Kannst du es
Und-
irgendwie...
Glaube,
I better fold this up before I put it in my pocket.
also ich musste da direkt an seine Jacke denken.
Ja, das stimmt.
Stan!
Threepwood! No hard feelings over all those various civil and criminal charges?
Water under the bridge.
Great.
A bridge with a fast-talking shyster/salesman dangling from it. Still trying to make a buck on my recently cleared name?
Nah, I sold all that junk to that Dooro sap. I moved on to the next trial of the century. Flotsam Island versus LeCuck and the Voodoo Lady.
Oh, wir können ihn einfach nach der Jacke fragen, tatsächlich. Can I have your jacket?
I don't suppose you'd be willing to sell me your eye-bending jacket.
Give up my jacket? That'd be like Samson getting a buzz cut, or King Arthur losing Excalibur, or Bluebeard dyeing himself blonde.
Huh?
Without my jacket, my salesman mojo would wither away faster than a hothouse orchid in a pizza oven.
So that's a maybe?
Oh, hat er Elaine gesehen vielleicht? Das wäre...
Weil,
Have the Voodoo Lady and LeCuck been put on trial yet?
Have they? It's the trial of the century.
Wait, I thought I was the trial of the century.
Yesterday's news, Threepwood.
okay.
What kind of souvenirs could you possibly be making out of the Voodoo Lady and LeCuck?
Oh, ye of little faith. Feast your eyes on the all-new People vs. LeCuck and the Voodoo Lady collection.
What's this?
What's a little decorative pin I've whipped up?
Trial of the Century 2. Electric Voodoo.
We're still working on a title.
What's that one?
That's our Cursed Cutlass of Cthulhu LeCuck doll. Press the button for its special transforming glow.
It's a little bright.
Yeah, we're still working out a few kinks.
Es ist hell, ja.
Ja.
What's that?
It's my entrancing Voodoo Lady dashboard good luck charm.
Disturbing. On second thought,
Say no more.
Wir wissen, warum er nicht die Pox hat, weil
Ja.
er kein Pirat ist.
have you seen my wife?
Have I? That crazy sea devil hit me up for one of my patented and perfectly passable porcelain power pirate treasure maps before hightailing it for the jungle. If we're lucky, that thing will keep her going around in circles for weeks.
Okay, Elaine ist im Dschungel.
Können wir hier rein? Okay, wir brauchen... Also für das Labcam brauchen wir bestimmt seine Jacke. Für das Leichten scheinbar
Oh, sehe ich auch noch.
Dingens. Die Lampe.
Ja, Dings ist auch nicht mehr da.
Ja.
Morgen.
Vielleicht brauchen wir einfach eine noch bessere Jacke für Sam.
Ouch!
Was war das?
Ich weiß nicht.
Warum haben wir eine gewischt bekommen?
Ich weiß es nicht. Können wir mit der Möwe was machen?
Die streichen.
When I was a younger pirate, I used to lie awake on the deck of my ship and gaze at the seagulls as they majestically swooped and bobbed through the evening sky. And then they started pooping on me. So I stopped doing that.
Ja, ich weiß, wie es sich anfühlt, wenn Vögel auf einen draufscheißen.
Hm.
Vor allem
Ja.
Hühner.
Ja.
Das scheint deren Hobby zu sein.
Ja, wir machen ja auch nichts anderes.
Man holt sie raus und... Hier? Okay.
What was that? Huh. Something sure shoved a short sword up his aft sail.
Okay, dann müssen wir hin.
Schauen wir doch mal, was da los ist.
Oh, da hinten ist ein Schiff. Das ist Elaines Schiff.
Hat die Zombie-Hand ihn angegriffen?
Keine Ahnung.
What the? Morgan!
Was? Nein!
What happened?
Went to get your hand.
You didn't have to do that.
Had to pay you back for all the trouble. Found Jacques. He told me.
What?
He told me.
What? What did the monkey tell you? Singe.
Nein! 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 Das akzeptiere ich jetzt nicht. Die kann nicht tot sein. Und warum wird...
This must have been broken in the fight between Morgan and Singe. I hope the vole escaped.
Können wir es nehmen?
Scheinbar nicht.
Wir brauchen ja irgendwas Elektrisches.
Lepidoptera flotzimus accelerus. Like many of its more common cousins, the sharp-toothed flotsam island moth has a penchant for noshing on articles of clothing. Where Flotzimus accelerus differs is in the pain of its bites, which can be quite annoying, and the rapidity of its meals. A swarm of flotsam moths can strip a man down to his undergarments in mere seconds, assuming the notoriously finicky moths approve of his wardrobe, of course.
Wir brauchen diese Motten.
Ja, vermutlich.
Achso, oh!
It's locked.
Ich wollte eigentlich...
Nein, das
Nein.
war Exit.
Nein! Nein!
What the...
Hä?
What happened to Morgan's body?
Die lebt doch garantiert noch.
Ja. Ach so, da ist das Glas.
Vampiridae flotzimus sucrosus, the flotsam jungle firefly, are a common sight in flotsam's jungles, which they never leave. Although possessing no natural enemies, the flotzimus sucrosus has a notorious sweet tooth, drawing it inexorably to bodies of sugar water.
Warum können wir die alle nicht mitnehmen?
Although possessing no...
Nimm doch die Gläser, die hinter ihm sind. Vielleicht können wir damit was mitnehmen.
Was für Gläser, die hinter ihm?
Ja, die siehst du gerade nicht, weil sie hinter ihm sind. Ach nee, da ist eine.
Nee.
Ich dachte, da wäre noch.
It looks like Singe is using my hand to make something called the jus de vie.
Kann man das
A
mitnehmen?
Vacalian wind control device? What is that creep doing with it now?
Useless. Skelett?
Did Singe murder you too? Did Singe... Auto trepanation helmet. Ow! What the...
Hä?
Wir brauchen Pläne für das Ding wahrscheinlich.
Ow!
Was passiert jetzt?
What? My thumb! God, blah.
Okay, der eine Knopf macht ein kleines. Was macht der?
Ow! Ah! I'm blind! Phew.
Einen Knopf haben wir noch.
Okay.
Ow! Whoa! Help?
Ah.